Go down to verse number 20, Isaiah 10, verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote him, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Now, part of the problem is that Israel was not resting in the Lord. Not staying, resting, trusting. To stay means to stay put, rest, to fix yourself. And what did God want? God wanted His people, in good times and in bad, to stay upon Him, to stay upon the Lord. The message Pastor Dean preached about staying the message, fixing the message. And so God wanted His people to be stayed upon the Lord. But what was happening? The people were staying, resting, trusting upon the one that God was now actually going to use to smite them. So somewhere along the way, Israel had come to trust the gods of the world, the economies of the world, the leaders of the world, rather than just look to the Lord. In fact, in a couple of passages, we don't have the time to do this, but in one place, God even describes Israel's love affair with the Assyrians in very graphic, promiscuous terms. And He's describing the love affair of the hearts of the Jewish people for the Assyrians, almost as if the Assyrians were lovers. Now, it's not talking about physically, but just spiritually. They were loving the things of the world, loving the power, perhaps the wealth, the promise of all these good things that maybe if they were friends with the Assyrians, the Assyrians could do this for them. And God rebuked their love affair with the world. And here He's saying, there would be a remnant, there would be a few, and after God chastened that nation, it says in verse 20, they shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord. I'm going to chasten you so you'll get your eyes off the world and start trusting me, looking at me. This is what God is saying. Listen, tribulation and trouble is supposed to have that effect in our lives. What did David say? Before I was afflicted, I went astray. And so God brings sometimes trouble, affliction, some hardship. What does God intend to do with it? He's trying to turn our attention to Him. He said, so before you were chastened, you were staying upon Assyria, you were trusting the world, but after this, you're going to look to me. Verse 21, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty God. Verse 22, for though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness. Verse number 24, therefore thus saith the Lord God of hosts, O my people that dwellest in Zion, be not afraid of the Assyrian. He shall smite thee with a rod, and shall lift up his staff against thee, after the manner of Egypt. For yet a very little while, and the indignation shall cease, and mine anger in their destruction. So in other words, God was going to raise up some problems, some affliction. God was going to send the storm. Who sent the rain on the earth? God was sending this storm. But in the midst of this storm, He has His people in mind. His intention is to allow His people to get their eyes off the world and get their eyes back on their God.